Okay, so now I do want to show you one other feature within AP Classroom. I did just kind of start over, go back to AP Central, which is that main homepage, because that's probably where you're going to be starting off if you just come to make your next quiz. So we would click this, go to AP Classroom within the class that you are assigned. And we have talked through a lot of these resources already that are already within AP Classroom, the videos and the questions that you are able to assign these to your students. But I wanted to show you one other feature that I have really loved. And to do that, we are going to click on Question Bank on the left-hand side and create quiz. So you can actually create your own quiz based on whatever you think your students might need support with. So the first thing it's going to have you do when you hit Create Quiz is give your quiz a name. If you have an idea of something a topic you would like to just create a quiz over, you can do that now. If you just want to put a test quiz, that works as well. However you want to name it, you can do that for the purposes of this session. And I think we all know that this question bank within AP Classroom is going to be huge. And so one of the really great things is there are these wonderful filters that you can filter first by topic and even unit. If you want a quiz on the entirety of Unit 1, you can do that. If you wanted to pick a particular topic within that unit, you could do that as well. If you wanted a particular skill, if you think your students are struggling with a particular skill, you can also filter by that. If you want to focus on just multiple choice versus free response, you have that ability as well. So you can also search. I frequently use the search function as well. So I teach AP Environmental Science. If I wanted to make a quiz over trophic levels, I can see what questions come up. And it is already going to tell you, so I have assigned some of these questions to my students already. It is already it tells you if you have done this, which is really handy as well. And to just preview the question, all you have to do is hover your mouse over the blue kind of topic of the question, and the question, the answer choices, the correct answer is going to appear right there if you just hover over it. And you can kind of just scroll through here and see what looks good. Are these the questions that are aligning with what you think your students need support with? You do get, the unit, the topic numbers, the skills that it is working on. And when you do find a question that you want to add to your quiz, all you have to do is add that, click the blue little plus sign over there. Again, you can make this as long, as short as you would like. I will just add a couple questions here for the purposes of time. In general, my quiz questions are not 3 questions, but I will just roll with 3 for the purposes of time. And then you can go to the top. If you think you're happy with it, you can just absolutely go just assign it right there. But you can also preview it if you want to see what it looks like, which I think is helpful. We'll just click through these and you can preview it. And so your directions, any information is always going to show up on the right, and you have the answer choices or directions on the left, answer choices on the right. There's a next button. There's also arrows at the top to kind of just preview your quiz. If you are happy with that, you can go to the top. When you are ready, you can assign your quiz to your sections, and there's actually a lot of great things you can do even just when assigning your quiz. If you would see similar, if assigning any of the pre-made ones in the courses as well. But you can, if you have more than one, I just have the one section right now. If you have them more than one, you can go in, pick which sections, all the sections, give it a due date, and also give it a timer. So I do like to, kind of correspond the timer to, to the test. So I know, for example, for environmental science AP exam, they have 80 questions, I think, in 90 minutes. So you can kind of, make it appropriate amount of time for that. If you are working with free response questions, same thing, that I think they have an hour and 10 minutes for 3 free response questions. So if you have, you can adjust that based on your students, based on how many questions you put on that quiz. You can adjust your timers. There's some pretty good advanced settings that I would take a peek at, and could be potentially helpful to you if you like it. There's a little eye that gives you more information on those advanced settings that could, again, be potentially helpful to you. And then the other really great thing is, if you did want to assign this to a particular class, particular group of students, you can kind of have a second round of settings. The main way I would see myself using this is if you did have students with IEPs or 504s and they have accommodations to receive extra time. So that could be very, very, very helpful in that case, is if they need more time, you can use that kind of that second set of settings there, and then you can just go in and assign it to your students. Before going on to reports, I think I will just take a pause and check questions. So if you have any questions about creating your own quiz, let's throw those out now, and then we will talk about reports.